Alright guys and gals, we are in Big Lots. They have lots of big finds. Corny Christmas joke of the day. So let's get into these great and awesome-tastic finds. So when I first came in here, there were a couple of aisles that were half empty, and I was just thinking that I wasn't going to be able to film anything. So I said, you know what, I'm going to film whatever I can, get it out to you guys. And that's that. It was, at least it would be a quick trip. I went in here, it was pouring down raining. I said it's perfect because nobody will be in there, and I was kind of right. It was actually a lot more people than I thought it would be. But then when I thought I was done, I was just checking the aisles to make sure I didn't miss anything. Why were there two whole aisles full of stuff? And I don't mean like one aisle had one side and the other side. I mean two whole aisles, like one aisle left to right, a bunch of stuff, another aisle left to right, a bunch of stuff. I have no idea how I missed it. I think because it was like the aisle all the way off in the corner. You can't see the aisles in the corner where you can't see them until you go that way. So I ended up being in there for a really long time. It didn't matter to me because the rain ended up letting up. But because I was in there for so long, you know what that means. Two-part video, but I'm going to do it differently. I'm just going to post them back to back. I started to just put it all in one, but I don't know how long that will end up going. Way too long for me. I just said no, I have to stop it here. 35 minutes is pretty good. So part 1 and part 2 are going to come up on the same day, back to back. So watch this one and then go watch the second one. You can click on this one, skim through it. If you don't see anything you like, go ahead over to the second one, because either way you're going to find something you like. So you have a lot of options. Clearly, that's why this video is so long and the other one is so long. Like an hour, I think, combined. But you know what? It was worth it because it's Big Lots. They always have good stuff. Big Lots is the place to be. You know, looking at this nutcracker, they should get a mechanical nutcracker, like really large. Like they had the skeletons for Halloween. First of all, those things were so creepy, they were cool. I don't even celebrate Halloween and I love seeing them. They should get really tall nutcrackers and then even have like the arms move back and forth like they're marching. I think that would be nice to see on the lawn. That would be so cool. And then if you get a bunch of them, you could have like a nutcracker army and even like get a little mouse like from the actual play. That would be cool. I'm visualizing it and I can see it, like 12-15 foot nutcrackers. Ooh, they gotta do it. Somebody has to do it. It has to be Lowe's or Home Depot though, because something like that's gonna take a hardware store to make. A sled. You know how much I love sleds. I really like this one. It was really long. And like looking at these prices, I was just like watching it back. I don't remember them being this like affordable. I thought they were way more for some reason. And when I lied to you now, while I was watching this back to put the prices up on the screen, I kept rewinding every time because I'm like, no, that can't be the right price. That's the wrong price. I literally kept going back. I could have done probably been done half the time, but I could not believe how affordable the prices were. Like it's even things like if you're like really on a tight budget, you can save up and get a few things. If you have a budget, you can get a decent amount of items out of here, because for some reason I was thinking that they were very expensive, or not even like very, just a lot higher than they were. So I was definitely pleasantly surprised when I watched it back and I saw the price tags on here. And I know it's Black Friday. If you were lucky, you got the Big Lots on Black Friday. I was stuck in Hobby Lobby in the mall all day. I didn't get the Big Lots, but they had 30% off. But I was really impressed. Like even this joy sign, I love this joy sign. I have nowhere to put it. Maybe I can make it work. Probably not. But like this joy sign, I would think it would be a lot more. For some reason, I don't know why I'm thinking Big Lots cost more. In Joann Fabrics, it would have been probably a heck of a lot more. And did you guys hear? Starting in January, they're going to start closing some Joann Fabrics stores. I'm so sad. Like, I'm devastated. I don't know which stores they're going to close. When I read the article. Well, in the article, it doesn't say which stores yet. I think they just announced it, so they're not even sure. I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're going to close the ones that are performing the worst. So Hopefully mine is not closing, but if it is, there's nothing I can do about it, you know. So if your Joann's is closing, make sure you go in and grab them out of business sale. Going out of business sale deals, like in Bed Bath & Beyond, they snatched it up. They didn't even wait for a better deal. It was only 30% and they snatched them. But yeah, some sad news. They're starting to close their stores. Hopefully they'll be able to recover and they won't close completely. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Now, while on Good Friday, I was out looking for a centerpiece because I never actually bought one for Christmas. I usually just make something up, but I've been meaning to buy one for years. I completely forgot Big Lots had centerpieces because nobody had anything because they just bought everything up. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess I could just make it again. And now watching this video back, I just realized maybe I should have gone to Big Lots. But I feel like Black Friday 30% off is not a real deal, especially when Hobby Lobby is right around the corner. And not right around the corner, but you get what I'm saying. And they were 60% off all that Christmas, so you better believe I flew right to Hobby Lobby. But everything was picked over, so I probably would have had a good chance of finding something in here. But I'm like, duh, I could have gone in here and gotten a centerpiece. I can still go in Big Lots and get a centerpiece, but today I'm decorating. Like this is going to be uploaded the same day I'm decorating for Christmas. I couldn't do it like the time I usually do it, but that's not a big deal. So I'm just like, you know what? You know what? Next time I'm gonna make sure I sit back and say, what stores did I go into that I saw centerpieces in, because they had one. I'm gonna show you the one I want. It's in my favorite aisle. When we get to it, I'll point it out. These tree skirts, or tree collars I should say, were so nice. They're even better in person. They pretty much look how they do in person, so you aren't really missing out on anything. But to see it in person, it really does show you just how beautiful these are. And these are definitely for glam Christmas. I love those, but it was raining. I was like, I don't want to bring it through the rain, and I wasn't getting in the car, so I was like, it will get wet. But those tree collars, I'm telling you, if you like them on video, go and get them, because they're nicer, even nicer in person. So you're not even getting like, oh, it doesn't look good on videos, but then when you get in person, you're like, I wish it looked like that. Everything you see on video here looks just as good in the store, if not a little bit better. So thankfully, the justice was done to all the items on video, because sometimes it can be hit or miss, but this time everything looked good, especially those tree collars. I want one, but I already got my skirt, so I was like, why waste more money? But I'm telling you, that's something you should get if you like it. Go and get it. Plaid seems to have been very in this Christmas. So they also have tabletop decor in here, because usually when I see plaid, it's tree ornaments. It's very rarely anything else other than that, or maybe some bowls. But Big Lots has a lot more plaid, just like during the fall. Like, I loved their plaid collection. It was black and white. I thought that was so sleek. They have their plaid collection in here. It's not necessarily all in one spot, but most of it pretty much is. And you can definitely match it if that's what you're looking for, that flannel plaid style. And I think all of it was in red, and they had some black. So you can do it up if that's the theme you want. They even see you even got the bowls here. You can definitely do up the plaid theme. So now you can see that they're side by side. One lays down, one stands up, and that's how the theme for all of theirs seem to be in Big Lots. Usually they either have them, stores usually have them all laying down or all standing up, but Big Lots, whatever pattern it was in standing, it was also laying down. So you can get both of them. You can put them together. You can separate them. You can do a little scene with Santa with his little plaid on. You have options, and that's what I liked about Big Lots. You have options. It wasn't the same thing over and over again. Even if it was the same print, it was slightly different to the point where you can say, okay, it's not redundant. I like it. I can see a vision for, I have a vision for this. And then you can just do it up how you want. Now this mousse ear was already off. I tried to help the mousse out and put it back on, but it wasn't happening. So don't look at me. It wasn't cheap or anything. Maybe it might have fell and somebody just put it back up there. I kind of was able to stick it back in, so if it breaks off, I think you can, depending on how it breaks, you can just stick the post back in there. But that wasn't my fault. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Now, I don't think it's the same one, but I can't remember if this is the same one I showed in the beginning of the aisle or not. I think it's the same. So I just showed it twice. If you think it's the same thing, then you know what it probably is. I couldn't remember myself. So I just said, you know what, to be on the safe side, I wanted to keep moving. Let me just post it up here, and then I forgot about it. I meant to check it after I was done putting the prices up. So I did it all over again. I think it's just a repeat. I don't think it's two different ones, but if it is, I think one has pine cones and one doesn't. That's the only thing I could think. But I love the Warm Winter Wishes kitchen mat, and I'm just like watching this back like, why didn't I go on Big Lots on yesterday, Black Friday? I wish I would have gone on Big Lots, but honestly I didn't have any time. But even still, I could still go back in there. And if you're doing, since it's Cyber Monday, I went on their website. They're doing 20% off for Cyber Monday. It's only for Cyber Monday. That's why I didn't put any discounts, because usually Big Lots waits a long time. So if you're watching this today and you see something you want, you can get the discount for Big Lots, but it's only 20, it's not 30, and it's only for today. I love these gift boxes, and I thought they were a really good size and very well made. I'm not doing plaid, so that's the only reason why I didn't get them. But I really do like them. My favorite ones personally are the red ones. I don't really like the black and white ones, which is funny because during fall I loved all the black and white plaid, but now I'm like, no, red and black is better. The wreaths and garlands in here were such good prices. I was very surprised by that and pleasantly surprised because y'all know wreaths are usually 60, 70, 80, even $100, if not more, especially if you go to like Michael's and places like that and Joann Fabrics. But these were affordable. They had all the different styles and different shapes and sizes. And I'm like, $35 for this wreath, 20 for this, blah, 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 blah. And not only their wreaths, but also their garland. So that's why I said I feel like Big Lots was more affordable or more attainable because their prices were a lot lower than, in my opinion, they could have went up higher. And I don't want to say it because I don't want to give them any ideas, but I personally feel as though they could have gone up higher with their prices for some of their items. It's just me, but I'm glad they didn't. You know, I've come to learn that thinner garland is easier to deal with. Like the thick ones, they're really pretty, but if you're putting the garland on like a mantle or something like that, the thinner ones are easier to deal with because you can manipulate them more easily. When you get the thicker ones, it's harder to shape them how you want, to hold them down, to use a command tape or whatever it is you're using. You can use either one, but I'm starting to lean towards the thinner garlands because the thicker garlands, they're very hard. Like sometimes I'll wrap them around like a doorway, and then getting them wrapped around the doorway is far more difficult. So if you're trying to like put it around the doorway and stuff like that, if you can, you might be able to even remove some of the pieces in the garland to make it thinner if you really like it. Like maybe get rid of some of the grass or the bushels in them if you want to keep all the other pieces, and that way you can still use it and still have the style, but it won't be as big and it'll be far more easy to manipulate. And sometimes it's not even necessarily that it's the garland is thick, is that since it's thick they have to use maybe a different type of material to hold it together, and that material might be stronger, and that's why it's harder to manipulate. But I feel like you can just, if you get a bigger garland, just pull out some of the bushels if you can, pull out some of the greenery if you need to manipulate a little bit more, but you don't have to manipulate all of it. So you can kind of just pull out what you need to pull out on the ends. Like if you're putting it on, hanging it up some way, you need to drape it just on the ends. Pull out the greenery from the ends and then leave it full in the center, so that way you keep the fullness, keep the thickness, but you're able to manipulate it more easily. I had already filmed that centerpiece, that's why I just went ahead and skipped it. But I love the LED candles here, and I feel like with the way these are done, you can make this a centerpiece too. Put it right on the table and make it that little cozy romantic dinner feel. I think these are perfect for a centerpiece. And also with these, the good thing is you can take the pieces and move them wherever you want. If you just want one on the mantle, you want one on a small coffee table, you want it on the end table, you want it in your room downstairs, you can take these and even mix and match them, get red and white and put them together, separate them, do whatever you want. So these are very interchangeable and you can use these anywhere you want. And now we have entered my favorite aisle. This is like the frosted look, the frosted collection. I love this whole thing, and not even because I'm trying to do a little slight winter wonderland with green, silver and gold. I don't know if the winter wonderland thing is going to come through, but I love this aisle. It was so pretty. I feel like this is also glam. It can be cutesy. It could be the frosted like type of look. It could be winter wonderland land type of look. The wreaths were beautiful, and this is the aisle that the centerpiece that I want is in. When it comes up, I'm going to show you because I want that thing. I don't know if I'm going to get time to go back and get it, but if I can, I'm definitely going to get it. And then it's another sign. It's another video. Oh, like I love that centerpiece, the centerpiece in this aisle, and that Merry Christmas sign. If you go to the other video so you can see what I'm talking about, it was like red velvet. But this is why I say Big Lots is top notch. Like I love Hobby Lobby, but sometimes Big Lots, even though Hobby Lobby has everybody because they have so much stuff, Big Lots has things that's like, oh my goodness, this is awesome, this is cute, this is beautiful. Oh, it makes you just go, oh, I want it. So they might not have as many things as Hobby Lobby. They might not be as attainable as, actually no, Michael's is more expensive, but I guess like location wise as Michael's. But Big Lots is definitely a contender. And speaking of mugs, remember I was in Hobby Lobby when I did my Hobby Lobby Christmas video? Yes, I got that Grinch mug on Black Friday for 60% off, and the original price was $18. There was no way in the world I was paying $18 for a mug, but I got my mug. I sure did. It was the last one up on the shelf too. I snatched it so fast I almost dropped it.
Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers.
This owl is cute, and I did not realize how cute it was until I watched it back, and it would have been perfect in my living room with my silver and gold and trying to do snow theme. I don't know if that's gonna work, but it's so adorable. And side note, like my fur niece, she used to look exactly like an owl, so every time I see an owl I'm like, okay, I want to get it just because it reminds me of her. She doesn't look like one now. She got her little, as we say, winter pudge going on. You know animals put on weight during the winter, and she has definitely packed hers on, so she doesn't really look like an owl lately. I'm just saying. This sleigh, this sleigh. I love it. At first I didn't like the Christmas tree that was in there. I was like, okay, it's doing a wee bit much, but oh my gosh, I love it. I love it so much. Watching it back, sometimes it's kind of spoiled though. I watch these videos back. I'm long over whatever it is I saw if I didn't shop there or make a plan to go back there. But then I watch them back and I'm like, oh, I want this and I want that, but I'm not going back there to get it. That sleigh is one of those things that I'm telling you, if I get back in Big Lots, I'm getting that too. I'm going to get the centerpiece and I'm going to get that. And there was something else I just told you I wanted. I can't even remember. I forgot that fast. But this is why Big Lots is A1. Shout out to Big Lots.
As they walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day. Merry Christmas Day. A Merry Christmas Day.
Da 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 da. This is the centerpiece that I want. Is this not glam, grand, and fabulous? Thank you, ma'am. I love it. I don't know about you, but I do. It wasn't like glass. It was kind of like harder plastic. I usually tap stuff to try to get an idea of what it's really made out of. but I'm like, why did I not really notice it? Again, because I'm looking through the lens, so you don't really get the full effect. But I love this thing. And then this LED, I can just put batteries in and it'll glow, because I'm a firm believer in candles. But you know, if I want them on at night, I don't want to leave on a candle with a flame. LEDs are perfect. This thing is just so beautiful. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, since I don't really have a color scheme for my dining room, I think I'm just probably mostly doing green and red. I think that's why I was like, well, that's not going to look right, because I'm doing silver, gold, and white in the living room. So what would be the point? That's the only thing I can think for that thing not to get my attention like it has now. Watching it back, it should have gripped my attention in store seeing it. But oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. I loved it. I think this tree collar is perfect if you're doing like white in your home, or even a winter theme. And I know Frozen is like popular now. I guess it makes sense kind of with people wanting to do that kind of aesthetic. And I think that will go perfect, because for some reason it's reminding me of Olaf. I don't know why. But like if you have like a Frozen theme, or even in your kids' room they do a Frozen theme, you can get things that are white as long as they're made correctly, instead of having to get fake snow or like cotton balls and stuff like that. And if you're trying to do fake snow, you can replace it with cotton balls. It doesn't have to be actual fake snow. So I think that that's a good alternative, to just have something like that. I think it's pretty, and I think it'll work. I think this deer, like sometimes I say stunning because I don't know what else to say, but I think this deer was legit stunning. And that's why I said this owl, in my opinion, is top notch. It was one of the best owls they have, and it stands up on its own. It won't even fall over. And yep, it passed the glitter test. It's glittery, sparkly, but there was no residue on my hands. A1 job. This owl is just really giving me Frozen. Like everything about it is just giving me Frozen. And I love this lantern. It reminds me literally straight up of ice, something that's just cold and like glam too for some reason. Like that's why I think this owl is so glam. Even men, you can do it too. You don't have to be a woman. It doesn't have to be glam. I just think depending on how you pair it, everything in this owl can give you a glam Christmas. The wreath, and the wreath, $35 for this wreath. For the wreath in this owl is only $35. Are you kidding me? Child, y'all don't go out the big lots. Don't make me come after you. know I said I'm tired of the believe signs and the believe everywhere, which I am, but I'm telling you, I believe that this is a beautiful sign. That's what I believe. It's nice, and I think the little detailing on there was kind of 3D. I thought it was very nice. That's why I always say you don't need to do the most. You can do just enough, because sometimes just a little is just right, and I think that they got that sign just right. Even the mats were cute in this collection, and the owls, how adorable are they? This is just too cute, too stinking cute. I do remember the mats being cute when I was in there, because I looked around the camera to see them, and oh, just too stinking cute. And how beautiful is this centerpiece? I don't know if it's the same one from the beginning of the owl, but I don't think it is. But I loved it so much, and I'm telling you, this owl was just the best owl in my opinion. Well, this is the end of part 1. Go on ahead and click on the link to part 2. Put it right up on the screen. Hope you saw what you like. Hope you like what you saw. With that being said, I'm your hostess and empress, Nikki T. Thanks for visiting my empire. Deuces.